What's goodies in the hoodies? Thank you for all of your watch hours. Please do not forget to like, leave your comments, your subscriptions, and shout outs. Thank you for your watch hours again. Please do not forget to leave your comments, subscribe, your likes, your shout outs. Thank you for your watch hours. Thank you so much. This will be a tarot reading for the zodiac Leo elemental fire. This will be for your sun, moon, rising, Venus, north node, or your Mars. And if you do have any Capricorn placements inside of your charts, as well as if you are gangsta, you might be up on here. Hey, and if you are a rock star, what's goodies in the hoodies? Let's get this started. I will be actually pulling 4 lyrics from my rock list playlist. I made this playlist last year or the year 2023. It's when I was delivering food for DoorDash. I've always loved rock music, but it was that year I was able to immerse myself into rock music completely. It was great at that time. I'm just going to say 4 lyrics here, let's get a shuffle here. Shout to the heart, and you're to blame, darling. You give love a bad name. Step inside, walk this way. You and me, babe. Hey, hey, hey. Bam, balam, oh, Black Betty. Bam, balam, oh, Black Betty. Just don't let me fall asleep. Feeling empty again. Let's go into prayer. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Forgive us this day our daily bread. Forgive us of our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but to deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever and ever. Amen. Now, let's get this started here for the zodiac Leo. Okay, my 9-year-old nephew Aspen and I get along very well. He is part of my sacred crew, XO. Our current relationship is healthy, unlike other relationships that have come into my life. He is 9 years old and very creative. Him and I use toys around the house, like the movie Toy Story, and he and I subtly communicate with each other that way, which is healing to me. Aspen's father was murdered in the streets of Baltimore. And his current mother, my sister, and his brother, my nephew, are stupid. The landscape to create safe environments for people is not evident at all. Changes in the system to create homeless shelters does not fix anything at all. What did anybody do to not live in a safe environment? Is it because of the color of my skin? What is it that you and I do not deserve to feel safe in our own space? Uno momento. Let's pull some cards. I am going to get my nose. I am super sensitive today. I'll probably go ahead and journal again today. Thank you for your patience. Sorry for any inconvenience. Okay. The 2012 movie is based on the Mayan prophecy that happened in all of that. So I will be pulling cards out from the Occult Tarot. Hear me out. How can we possibly embrace our truest self if we never stare into the dark? You know what I mean? Okay, so this Mayan prophecy that's happened in that year, it didn't start that year, right? Okay, let's pull a card out here. For the Mayan prophecy, let's see. Wow. Okay, judgment. It is judgment time. We are feeling this. You and I are currently in the total solar eclipse, but let's see what's happened. Total solar eclipse transits. But let's see what's happened here. We have the occult tarot. We have the occulticism, Bilal, judgment number 68. Distributes promotions and high offices, causes one to be liked. You know what I mean? Distributing houses. Yeah, but when you stir into the dark, right? Why does it have to be homeless shelters? Why can we not have homeless buildings, more space? Everybody get a house. You get a house. You get a house. You get a safe environment. And that's what Bilal says here. He tereth bib, not one have in the truth. So the Mayan prophecy 2012 is a movie based upon the phenomenon that's happened across the world, that the world was going to end in the year 2012. I don't like that. I didn't like it at the time, and I was terrified. You know what I mean? The Mayans, alchemically speaking, do not speak of the end of the world. You know what I mean? Specifically, that they say that everything transforms in this. They were speaking to the spirits of everything that have breath, and that evolution transforms. You know what I mean? And clearly, we are all still here after somebody's face jerk told us that the world was ending. You know what I mean? And it wasn't that the world was going to end. What the Mayans had predicted was the spirit evolution with oneself, is what they had explained. You know what I mean? The blood and the time are what the Mayans believe in. It is Western cultured occulticism. And two, you know what I mean? The Mayans are warriors who make it their duty to fight for these scarce resources, such as our royal blood. On December 12th, 2012, is when the Mayans' first prophecy came to an end. You know what I mean? they don't only have one prophecy. This prophecy lasts for 4 prophecies and so on, from what I know here. They distributed these promotions to the human spirits that are coming alive. The first prophecy started in 1999. After that, that prophecy lasted for 13 years, and then they go on to the next prophecy because all of us are human blood and time, sacred crew, right? We're not human flesh, and I am aware of this, and others in sacred crew are aware of this. You know what I mean? The next 13 years, from 2013 to 2026, mathematicians. I found my mathematician. You correct me if I am wrong, okay? You know what I mean? I found a great mathematician, you know what I mean? The second Mayan prophecy shows 2 paths, one of understanding and tolerance, and the other, the fear of destruction, the right path and the wrong path, okay? Fear and destruction, understanding and tolerance. Fear and destruction is creating more homeless shelters and people go into even more unsafer environments. Okay, people are sleeping on the streets. You know what I mean? That is fear and destruction, and terrifying. You know what I mean? This explains why I had encountered so many superpowers in my life. This evolution of the spirits, is helping us connect with Mother Earth and really connect to our superpowers. You know what I mean? I discovered how to fly to the sky while as I was lying down. I discovered my SEX energy. I discovered telepowers, telekinesis. One of my wishes came true across America. You know what I mean? And I discovered how to do all of these different things. I'll talk about superpowers later. So much to get into, you know what I mean? We are currently all in the second prophecy, okay? You know what I mean? Distributes promotions in high offices, causes one to be liked. Uno munito. If you want this glory, you have to do the work to get this kind of glory. To distribute fair offices, you cannot just say, oh, this little girl gets it, or because they're under the age of a certain age. It is so much evil in this world. Homeless shelters are not a normal thing at all. Living on the sidewalk is not safe, especially with so much evil, and that's why this happened. And if the evil continues and people like you and I do not work with Mother Earth, things like the storms, all of this happens because Mother Earth is watching, right? The Morgan President Wilson debate. Life is war in the face of goddess. God? Your stance, her statement. My stance, like the zodiac Leo element fire, is believing in play, recreation, games, and childlike wonder, no matter how old I am. My volume. I am super sensitive today. Let's continue. I value, like the zodiac Leo, element fire, experiences that move you and I, sacred crew, to such an earth-shattering degree that you never feel the same again. My criterion is if you are a stupid person, leave me alone. My contention as a zodiac Pisces element water is that through the invisible, I realize that I am made of something that is bigger than myself. Let's get a tarot reading on President Wilson. The world is coming to an end as we know it. Well, President Wilson, do you know why that's happened? Okay, President Wilson is not qualified. In reality, Barack Obama was the president at that time, having 2 defeats Mitt Romney in the 2012 presidential elections. President Wilson, you are not qualified. Okay. I'm not going to pull a court card for you. I am just going to do this, okay? It's these people in higher positions who believe that they are liked by what they are doing, but you and I feel unsafe. I am fighting for my life out here. You know what I mean? And I don't feel safe at all. You know what I mean? And on top of that, my roots chakra is my least active chakra. You know what I mean? I just don't feel like it's fair. Yeah. Ain't S-H-I-T. Okay, this is President Wilson. Here. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Yeah, so President Thomas Wilson, in the 2012 movie here, ain't S-H-I-T. Okay. Let's... he gave zero thing on what was going on. He just bursted it out. The world as we know it is coming to an end. Okay? All that's bitterness inside, and you cannot tell me why this is happening? So all that bitterness that President Wilson had inside could not even tell us why that had to happen. He just got up on the large screen. The world as we know it is coming to an end. You know what I mean? And I'm just sitting there. Imagine me as a citizen just sitting there listening to that. It's like, how did this... And then especially if I don't know, jack squats about anything. You are 35 years old, at least, the president of the United States. You should give me a little bit of insights by that time of your life. I mean, you had your Saturn return. You know what I mean? Groupie. Yeah, so, President Thomas Wilson is a groupie in this situation. He just follows everything that is happening in the office. He's even shocked when Adrian comes in, because he is so used to being a groupie to walking around in groups of 2 and 3. And I don't know how many officials are in the government, but they all had this thing where they were all on the same page. Zero insights about nothing. Romantic love affair, sex, sex, fix, secret lover. Yeah, so it's like his mind is somewhere where you do not want the president of United States with all of that power to be at, okay? Totally in a different place here. Yeah, love triangle. What is this? Like, the world is ending. And your choice is to get up on the screen and do absolutely nothing in the progress. You made this was his little step into the world. Pew, and that was it. It was just a pew. That was it. So you and I are just sitting here. You know what I mean? What does this have to do with anything here? You know what I mean? Like, okay, so let me see what else we have. We have Boss Daddy. Okay, so he is wanting this glory of somebody else. I feel like he feels like he has the glory of somebody else here. You know what I mean? But he doesn't. Very unstable. No, did not stir into the dark here at all, you know. Um, it's like if he did that, he'd be called names because he is a groupie. He doesn't want to be seen that way in front of his fancy friends here. Creativity, you know, tries to steal ideas, okay, and get to that glory, but you and I are scared and terrified for our life out here. I mean, for goodness sake. There is a man sitting out there on a bucket asking for money, President Wilson. Dodging bullets, dodging the big problem here. Wanting to escape crazy people so bad that they made it so worst for the world here. President Wilson here is not qualified at all. Fake flexing. Says a prayer to the world. Okay, now we will believe him because he said a prayer. But it's not true. This can get really critical. Just because he said a prayer and told us that the world is going to end, look at the world as a large. What did you do for us here? President Obama, for example, and y'all can say what you want. I don't care. Healthcare ends at the age of 26 for me. I'm hearing, okay, I told somebody about this, and was they told me, oh, he did that because he did what? Because of what? Healthcare should not end at the age of 26. How does that even make sense? Does not want to look like he's fat or whatever it is here. Talking SHIT, that's me. Okay. Always partying, that's me. You know, like, I'm cool. Like, I party, and a Leo, y'all are the biggest partiers. You know, y'all are the light of the world here. You guys are the self, the center of the party. And I party hard. So imagine if a Leo came up here. I could not imagine because I party hard. My Capricorn, my Venus is in Capricorn in the 5th house. So it's in Leo. And my fortune is in Leo, but, you know, we have no facts. You and I have no facts. You know what I mean? You know, never has the facts. So President Wilson was making up the lies here. He never has fake smiles. That's what he did on that screen. Wolf in sheep's clothing. That's President Wilson. Into you, good chemistry, great vibes, positive. That's not him. Because he does not give off that energy. You cannot have this. You cannot have this if you do not stir into the dark. Clout's hungry. There he goes. Clout's hungry with that groupies here. You know what I mean? Dramatic. You wanted a dramatic ending, so there you go. You know what I mean? And I love drama, but safely. Drama starter. Bad karma. Yeah, so President Wilson must have this was really bad karma, okay? For President Wilson here. Because of the choices that he made to stick with his fancy friends. Stalker. Okay, that's how you're going to go down. Thief. I've had to do some things, you know what I mean? But it was because of the unsafeness of this world. And I know friends who've had to do hurt a lot of people here. But hey, grudge holder, you know, why would you want to go down as this person is not my concern, but okay, you know. It's happening right in front of us. It's not like I'm watching a Lifetime movie. That's happening. You know what I mean? A cyberbully. You are being bullied online. Okay, the president is literally up there bullying us online. I am suffering, I feel like. Okay, you know what I mean? Happiness hater. Happiness is safeness to me, as much as possible. But how can we get safeness when higher positions, people who are in high positions, are not safe themselves, but want the glory of that completely here? Let's see. Rejected. Queen rising. Stepping into power. Praised. Coming up. Spotlight. This is what is going on. Let's see. You know what I mean? Screenshots, getting evidence, proof facts. So President Wilson is very aware here. What is going on when he does meet Adrienne? Adrienne is a Pisces like myself. Moving, ignoring. Okay, so he ignored that the whole entire time until he met Adrienne, and he tried to blame it on everybody else. Oh, I've heard zero of that from my office colleagues here. You know what I mean? I did not know they had this card in here. Same SHIT, different day. Same old, just a different day. I've been trying to get it each and every way. Mama need a house, baby need some shoes. Times are getting hard. Guess what I'ma do? Hustle, hustle, hustle hard, okay? And it is hard out here. Karmic friends. President Wilson, you are not my friend. Crying over you. I don't care. Okay? You and I do not care. Shine. Your light irritates their demons. And that's why I don't care, because they don't care about us, but they want the glory of caring about us. Wasting time. See, don't talk to me if you're about to waste my time. Stuck, no changes, limited, and they make it seem like President Wilson made it seem like he was stuck this whole entire time throughout the movie. Jackpots, winning, money, got rich, inheritance, unexpected money. Fishing for comments. Dirty offer. President Wilson was working with a dirty offer. Here. You know what I mean? He was... Let's get some more. Dust it off. The world as we know it is coming to an end, but dust it off. And when it's happened, it wasn't like the whole world was rich or, had any, like money per se. Travel. So he decides to stay where he's at in DC to make it look like he did the heroic thing. But the world is coming to an end, so I guess nobody would see that, right? So, I mean, just a few people, but I doubt they'd be talking about that later. Okay. Let's see. President Wilson's actions effect on the solar system. Okay, fake celebrities. Celebrities who pave the way to hell. The even monkey falls from trees effect. Japanese passage. We have people in higher positions who do not want to face that what they are doing is wrong and affects the global nation. Bullying. Wants to bully you into being an entity. This includes racism, isolation, etc., because themselves are entities. That's all I know. Okay. Slaves. Not having the freedom or experiences that you want and need to. And this is the energy that they bring towards us. Let's pull out some loving words. Jesus. From Jesus. By Doreen Virtue. Book Matthew chapter 7, verse 7, knock, and it shall be opened unto you. Book Matthew chapter 19 verses 26. With God, all things are possible. Book Matthew chapter 9 verses 29. According to your faith, be it unto you. I lose my faith, but it's really small as a mustard seed. Like I just lost my faith. If you noticed, I was wearing glasses, and then I took them off, and I wasn't planning on doing that, but now my faith is into something else, which is totally fine. Never lost faith. Unlike President Wilson, who has zero faith. And we'll talk about him more too. Okay. Let's pull out Spirits Junkie cards by Gabrielle Bernstein. When I see good in others, I acknowledge it out loud. When I see good in others, I acknowledge it out loud. These people do not do that, okay? Owning my power inspires others to do the same. I am not afraid to shine. I see grace and possibility in all of life's challenges. Okay. I see grace and possibility in all of life's challenges. Okay. Thank you for tuning in with me today. I am going to close this out with a prayer. Please do not forget to leave your comments, subscribe, your likes, and shout outs. Thank you for your watch hours. Thank you for all of this. I will be using my imagination. That's another spiritual gift that I have, where I can bring objects or anything, people, human hands, anything, and I can feel it. And I have that superpower too. Okay. So I will be using my imagination. And I can do colors, I can do all of that with my imagination. My superpower. Dear God, thank you for my spirit. Thank you for the spirits of my Sacred XO crew. Thank you for our ambition. Thank you for that. God, I pray over anybody who is feeling not well, that you, well, you know, God is, you know what to do. And I want to and need to say that, like the artist Pink, I need to say, even if you do not feel perfect, know that you are perfect, and that I am so happy that you show up every day, every time that you do, and that the world needs you. In your name I pray. Amen. Okay. A tutelar.